Hey guys, so today we're talking about the first Fun City Editions Blu-ray, which I'm very late on. I realize this, but I'm slowly making my way through the various partner labels from Vinegar Syndrome, and this doesn't feel right. How's the picture looking? It's not quite right. Let's see here. We got to get ourselves. Let's see here. We got to get ourselves some hair lights. Okay, that's good right there. It's not exactly a hair light, but that'll work. Okay, but still not something I need. Like, okay, all right. Let's get this arm in here. Just boop-a-doop, and give ourselves a little bullshit here. Yeah, all right. Okay, all right. And okay, this still doesn't feel quite right. This doesn't feel quite right. Okay, let's get a battery. Okay, let's just go hog wild on this thing. Let's go out some RGB. Let's just put that on top of that expensive limited edition Blu-ray there. And okay, let's see here. We can just where's the fucking other battery? What do we got right here? We got some bluish right over here, maybe. All right.
Lippy!
Hello!
Lippy! Why aren't you minding the store? You're supposed to be running the night shift. What are you doing?
All right. So, as stated in the 30-second introduction by lead actor Vincent Spano, Alphabet City is a portrait of New York City that is long gone. Appropriate since A, it's from 1984, and B, it's named after a crime-ridden neighborhood in the East Village, where a lot of filmmaking took place back in the 70s and 80s. This is a classic example of a product of its time, with every frame just exuding 80s New York. Shit. This dude puts on a black mesh shirt in the opening 3 minutes. Look at this motherfucker. What's he doing? Joining up with Al Pacino and cruising? Come on! Alphabet City it's a sort of a borderline no-wave neo-noir, firmly entrenched in 80s stylistic excess. Lighting flares to an almost absurd degree, as if all of New York is perpetually caught in a wet mist. Cinematographer Oliver Wood would go on to shoot a bunch of Miami Vice episodes, seemingly because of this movie, along with Neon Maniacs, Die Hard 2, the Bourne trilogy, and even the upcoming Sony Marvel flick, Morbius. Not bad. And not shocking that he went so far, since this film really shows a downright aggressive level of talent. The plot is pretty simple. Johnny here is working for the mob, and he's given the task to burn down a tenement building. The conflict here is that his mother and sister live in the building, and he has a girlfriend and a baby to protect, meaning that any attempt to break away from his bosses comes with some serious collateral damage. He decides to do so anyway, but first he's going to collect on some old debts to fund his escape.
You know, I could blow your fucking brains out all over the fucking street. But I don't wanna mess up my car.
I love the visual storytelling in this flick. The use of Johnny's Trans Am clock to indicate how far into the night we're getting, the way his boss is depicted in this close-up shot, which tells you all you need to know between the dialogue, the mysterious lack of a full face, and that fucking gold ring, which will come into play identifying him later in the film. There's also this snake and mouse metaphor. There's all kinds of good visual shit here. Then there's just the world these characters live in. Like, what kind of club is this? Why is this dude juggling? Does no one notice these two brandishing their holstered guns? Fuck it. Who cares? It looks awesome. This set design here, who lived like this? Who cares? Fuck it. It looks great.
Now, I know you're your own man, but I ain't gonna stand by and watch you kill yourself.
Vincent Spano, he has a kind of natural toughness that sells Johnny's gritty lifestyle just enough, even though he's kind of a pretty boy. And of course, he's boosted by all this confident direction and eye-smashing imagery. His physicality is gripping, bolstered by the fact that he apparently did a number of his own stunts, which is awesome. Also, Michael Winslow's in this.
Everything's a big fucking show to you, huh? Big show.
What can I say? It's the 80s. Man. Actually, in all seriousness, Michael Winslow's great in this, and actually makes a good case that he might have been underutilized throughout the decade. I guess if he had played a drug dealer coming down from a case of getting too high on his own supply more often, maybe he wouldn't be strictly known as the sound effect guy from Police Academy. And I know I'll get slammed if I don't mention it. Nile Rodgers' soundtrack is absolutely fucking killer. That's all I got on that, actually. It slays, as the kids say. It's totally lit, fam. All right, I'll stop now.
Oh man, what is this shit, huh? Yeah. So how's business, huh?
Oh, there's the air conditioning. Okay, whatever. Alphabet City is a brisk hour and 25 minutes with the whole plot focusing on one night in Johnny's life as he meets with various underworld shitbags, drug dealers, criminals, and loved ones. It's a grimy world that we basically get an all-expenses-paid tour through, and it can be exciting, disturbing, and depressing at any given moment, all while dealing in roughly as many catchy 80s tunes as it does in Smack. It's a cool-looking film with a gripping, albeit far from original story, bolstered by smart uses of sound and character. It shows that a little style, when applied to a tried-and-true formula with, maybe just a little bit of money in the budget, can make for a really stellar experience. I can't say that it's perfect, but I also can't say that there's any really glaring flaws. I suppose the ending is really fucking stupid, and it's far more style than substance, but that's never been a problem for me. It could also have used a little more action in some spots, or at least tension to better speed things along, but that's a gripe, because, come on, it's barely an hour and a half, and a dude gets shot in the dick like an hour in. What the fuck do you want? Now, little side note. Alphabet City, it was very much a product of the super DIY no-wave cinema trend that took hold of New York's art scene from the mid-70s into the mid-80s. Basically, New York punk cinema. It doesn't exactly fit in with the other films in that loose catalog, but the DNA is intact, and since Alphabet City basically documents the final moments of New York before gentrification took hold, it's sort of a beautiful epitaph for that period. 1993's Night Owl from Vinegar Syndrome is another evolution of that movement, at least as I see it. It's not technically part of it, but it feels very much like it could be if it was just made a little bit earlier. The Foreigner, which was directed by Amos Poe, the director of Alphabet City. Jim Jarmusch's Stranger Than Paradise, Susan Seidelman's Smithereens, and Ido Bertolio's Downtown 81 are all great examples of the no-wave movement. It was all about mood, looseness of narrative, attacks on the establishment, and getting grit and style across above the kind of boring horse shit that had become the mainstream. If you want to learn more, there's actually a great documentary called Blank City, which you can watch on Tubi for free right now, and then it's also, you can purchase on Amazon, all those places. It's a fascinating period that gave us some bonkers shit, and the documentary actually includes an interview with Amos Poe, who was one of the founders of the movement. So I've been holding this upside down the entire time. Being a part of that movement, directing this, it's an interesting evolution. So from a historical perspective, historical film perspective of film. There we go. This is a beautiful, kind of document of the time. Now, aside from a theatrical trailer and a stills gallery, we get 3 notable extras on this release. We get a commentary with director Amos Poe and author of the nonfiction book Low Life, Luc Sante, an interview with Vincent Spano, and a video by filmmaker Chris O'Neill. The Spano interview is 21 minutes, covers his career and the process of making the film, including his friendship with actor Daniel Giordano, and various stories that he gets super excited about, to the point that he even accidentally smacks his lav mic off. He's a really fun dude to listen to, and he ends the interview with a wonderful quote that I won't spoil here, but it sums up my feelings on the sheer quantity of films out there. The Chris O'Neill video essay Thingamabob, it's voiced with music by Gabby Bam Bam. It's a bit under 5 minutes and pretty succinctly explains why the film works so well, but with more lyricism than some asshole like me can generally manage. I'd have liked something a bit more in-depth, but it's a lovely little addition nonetheless, and, it's just well done. The commentary is not quite as energetic as that wild Spano interview, but you can tell Amos enjoys talking about his work, of which he has plenty to say. It's by no means a top-tier commentary, plenty of "she's great" and "that's this guy" type of comments. Not a whole lot of historical stuff. I would have liked, you know, a bit more talk about like the lead up, the evolution of filmmaking that led to making this film, you know, how his career started. We get a little bit of that, but not quite as much as I would have liked. There's a lot of dead air, but plenty of interesting information bleeds through that. Some fun facts from this commentary. Many scenes were cut due to the budget being itself cut mid-production. It was originally intended to be shot in black and white, which is kind of insane to think about considering most people's initial takeaway is the neon color scheme. Amos makes a cameo at 39 minutes and 16 seconds into the movie. There he is in his little hat. This rat was a professionally trained stunt rat, which was necessary so the rat would stay still. According to Amos, it was around, I think, $400 to hire the rat, which, cool. And here's a man walking a chicken. Cool. There's more to this commentary, but I don't want to spoil things, so I'm just gonna, you know, those are some fun facts. Listen to it, find out more for yourself. This right here is a downright essential disc, which I mean, I guess I don't need to tell you as much since it seems like everyone nabbed this sucker when it came out after oodles of hype. But I assure you, the hype is genuine. Although I imagine some people might be disappointed with how relatively small the film is. However, if you're looking for a visually exciting little thriller that just oozes the grit and grime of pre-gentrification New York, and you haven't somehow picked this up yet, you should do that. It's a great crime flick, great little neo-noir type of thing. It takes place all over the course of one night. I love movies like that. Those are always fun. After Hours is one of my favorite movies ever. It's probably my favorite Scorsese flick. Alphabet City is not really like that movie at all, but it's all just fun, stylistic stuff. The actual disc, this of course has the slipcover from that's exclusive to Vinegar Syndrome. You can buy it without the slipcover as well. But great little slip. Let me just see if I can. You can see the slipcover, pretty cool, kind of represents the style, the color scheme of the film. And then we've got the OG artwork here, which is also exceptionally 80s. If you pop this open, you can also, I think it comes flipped like with this cover art, and I already flipped it. And then you get your disc. And nothing else, no booklets or anything, just a pretty simple package. Really, it's just like any Vinegar Syndrome disc, just the formatting's a little different, and also put out through Fun City Editions, a company that I am looking forward to quite a bit. I've already watched one other film put out by them, which I will be reviewing as well this month. I'm going to try to get through all the partner labels this month. We'll see if it works. I'm going to try. But this is just a phenomenal film. I can't wait to go back and watch it again. Love it to pieces, and I love that fucking lighting! Alright, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you to my patrons. If you want to become a patron of mine, you can sign up down below in the doobly-doo. And yeah, like, subscribe, hit that stupid fucking bell thing. And until next time, guys, just go watch a movie.
You're nobody, small time. You couldn't run fucking Disneyland. Now get out of my car.